Hey guys, it's been Pixie here. It's been like a month, I think, since I actually posted an original video and not like a cross post, so sorry about that, but I got a good one for you. It's a bit yammery and bitchy and whiny and pissy and all that kind of stuff, but there hopefully is a molecule of salvageability in this video in that I do learn some lessons, and hopefully they are stuffs that will help you guys as well. So I was supposed to take a trip to visit a friend of mine, and I've just been met with crap storm after crap storm and just stuff. And like, I claim affluenza, so that's gonna be the title of this video, is I claim affluenza, because if it's good enough for some idiot who killed 2 people while being a stupid spoiled kid, then it's good for a witch who's been told she should feel a certain way in order to make things work. So I claim affluenza. Universe, I claim affluenza. Now let me explain this. Okay, so as witches, we are to believe that in order to will something into existence, we have got to see it there and know it's coming and never doubt anything that we do, because those doubts in our ability to manifest kills whatever it is that we're trying to bring into being. That's just how we're told to believe, and that's how we start to believe, and that's what makes things happen for us. There's a flip side to this, and what it is it sort of kind of gives us a sort of sense of entitlement. I don't know how else to explain this, but we begin to believe that because this is how we're meant to see things, and because this is how we're meant to believe things in order to bring things into being, then that's what's so. And then when it doesn't happen, we get a little whiny and complaining, and then we think of it as a failure, and that's something that we tried didn't work, and all this other kind of stuff, and then we look down at ourselves for the failures to manifest what we want. But this is the thing. We can circumvent many things, but at the end of the day, the universe is like that big foot in Monty Python. I think it's not Holy Grail, but the Meaning of Life, I think it is, where he just and squashes everything, and sometimes the universe just squashes everything no matter what you do. So in this manifestation of this trip, I did everything I could possibly think of to make this work and make it work well. But I was met with obstacle after obstacle. Now magic sailed me over those obstacles. And I wouldn't say necessarily sailed me over them, but at least I got over them rather quickly. And the first was the fact that by the time I was able to book the trip, the bus was no longer available, which would have been the cheapest method and the most convenient. The plane was too much, so I decided I would take the train. So I booked my train ticket. And then the next thing that happened was last week I woke up sick. I got a bad ear infection, which started to go into my throat and my lungs from there. But thankfully, with a week of antibiotics, I got over that. Then there was this thing, and this was the last thing. Well, not the last thing. The last thing I'll get to in just a minute. But then there was another thing, and this is what gave me the realization that would help me through the last thing. So the second to last thing that happened is that I had ordered some snacks on Amazon Prime using their Prime Pantry thing. And I don't know if you guys know what this is, but it's this little segment of Amazon that does like grocery delivery and stuff like that. And it's really good for certain things, but really bad for others. So you really just have to watch your pricing and your how much the quantity you're getting for the price. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's supposed to come in like 3 to 5 days. It's a really easy way to do things. Blah 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 blah. Advertisement over. But anyway, I don't know what a good advertisement this really is going to be. But so anyway, I ordered this stuff to take on the train because it was going to be like a 31-hour train ride. So I ordered my stuff, and I ordered a couple other things, and I think that my packages are so heavy, my post person is just lazy and didn't want to get them down. Because the first day it said could not deliver at 8 a.m. Then could not deliver at 9:30 a.m. And I guess they're trying to say that my property was inaccessible, which is not necessarily the case because I had my gates open. Well, this morning I got up at 7:40 and I opened up my gate, and then I found out my packages were lost. So, and this is stuff I needed to get before I left because I had no cat litter. I needed to leave the house litter, cat litter, and extra food for the dog and the cat and stuff. And it was all lost. So I'm on the phone with Amazon and I'm speaking to one of their agents, and I'm getting into it with her because I can't understand her English very well. And excuse me, and she's saying that my packages are not being able to be found right now, and there's all this back and forth. And so she calls the post office. I've been on the phone for 30 minutes waiting. She comes back and she's of little help. I asked for a manager. She puts me on a hold again, and I'm just waiting. And I've been on the phone with her almost an hour, just waiting most of that time. So I hang up. And I'm calling back, and I'm waiting to speak with the manager. And I started thinking about the last call, and I started thinking, what must this person think? Like, poor, entitled American. Oh, wah. We can't find your boxes of things that you just want. Oh, wah. You know, she must think, like, what she must think on a daily basis of people calling for things like they're expensive, imported something or other, and they're, you know, the things that they want for their pleasure. You know, where she's probably obviously in a country where they pay slave wages and don't treat their employees well and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? I mean, that's why they outsource like that. And, you know, I start thinking about senses of entitlement and how this whole trip, you know, I worked damn hard to manifest, and how it was supposed to just happen, and, you know, because of my entitlement as a witch, because that's what my manifestation was, how it just can't go, you know, keep going wrong like this. This is ridiculous. And I started thinking about all this kind of stuff and about life just in general and the way things have been going lately and stuff like that. Because before making this call, I had received some news that would impact my trip greatly, and I was trying to make I don't think at that time I was trying to make a decision, but I was trying to figure out how I could conscionably, you know, still go. Because that was just one more thing on the her end, my end thing of things, that was just happening, in the manifestation of this trip. So I'm sitting here feeling like, gosh, that person probably had every right to hate me because I'm just calling for things that I really wanted, except for the cat litter and the cat food and the dog food that I actually needed. But anyway, like, I started thinking what they must think about, and I started thinking about entitlement and how I just expected to get exactly what I wanted because that's exactly what I put out there. And I started thinking about all the obstacles that I've had to go through in order just to get to where I am now, which is not going. So then I started thinking, well, as a witch, you can circumvent a lot of things. But at the end of the day, if the universe says no go, then you are going to be met with a big Monty Python foot of doom saying, no go. And you're just going to no go for now. And it's not always necessarily just no, universe saying no. It sometimes is not now because timing, or not now because a lesson, or not now because a lesson about timing. The universe is all about timing, and it just has this grand knowledge of the way sometimes things fall into place and why. And I realized that it really would be better for me to push back my trip. For both me and my friend, it would be better. And it would also be better for me and other people that would be impacted by me leaving. And just stuff. Like, I got a lot of realization in that. I just got a lot of realization in the fact that sometimes it's no, but there's a reason, and it's our job to find that reason. It's the seeker's job to find the reason why you're being thwarted from what you want. And that's where your lesson lies. And it's the seeker's job to find out why the universe is seemingly unanswerable in their requests. There's always a reason. And that's what I'm sort of beginning to think, that whether or not we are meant to see it, there's a reason that things happen. And no matter what we do to circumvent certain bad things from happening, if at the end of the day, the end result is not to be, then the end result is not to be. And that's just what we have to overcome the emotion of. And right now, I'm really kind of just angry and frustrated. All of the sad pity party sort of feelings of pity partyness. And I know that this outcome is for the best. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to go and see my friend. It does not mean that I'm not going to get a chance to do what I had manifested. It just means that the opportunity came a bit prematurely, and it's not ready to happen yet, which makes sense. It just sucks. But I think that that's a good lesson to take as witch, that even though you try to manifest something, whether it comes true or it comes into being, but not yet, or whether it doesn't come at all, or whether there are obstacles in the arrival, there's always something to be learned in that. And that's where I am right now, is in the something to be learned, and it just is what it is. So as long I figure as I can take from this, not no, just not yet, because, and move on, then I suppose I can be okay with that. But it still doesn't mean it doesn't suck. But I guess it's just kind of one of those things that you learn, you know. So that's where I am. That's what's been going on, and life ain't gonna change. It's just gonna teach me more and more and more. So, anyway, so that's my yammery video. I do have other videos to show you guys. I will probably release them now that I'm gonna be home pretty soon. I have Planet Pathling starting back up next week, and so we will go ahead and have all those videos and stuff for you next week. Actually, if you want to get a sense of what we're going to be talking about next week, October Rain Rocks got the jump on us for Planet Pathlings and actually posted her video early. So if you want to go take a look at what we're going to be talking about next week, go check out Planet Pathlings. But we are off of hiatus starting next week, so yay, yay, yay. I hope you guys had a tremendous New Year and Christmas and Yule celebration, and I hope you guys had a wonderful time with your families. And I'm sorry I did not get on here prior to all of the festivities to say anything. But I really do hope you guys had a blessed holiday season, and I will see you all very soon. Many blessings. Bye-bye.